guys too. Yeah.
Presentation today.
I'm gonna go fishing, sorry.
Second half of the presentation, we're going to talk about evidence-based reading strategies. So I think it really coincides with what you were learning this morning, and then we touched upon some of the things that Dr. Chandler was talking about with her poverty presentation. So they kind of all meld together. So this is sort of your authentic, kind of hands-on takeaway for today. That we hope that you'll get some good ideas. The broadcast, yes.
None of us are all.
None of us, yeah.
Look out.
Just to introduce myself, I'm Emily Hines, second year at Stout. I teach graduate reading courses, so people that want to, teachers that are adding on reading teacher and reading certification, special certification. We have an online program. I was from the Oak Ridge School District prior. I taught third grade for 8 years, and then I was a reading specialist literacy coach for 4. I've got some classroom experience to help with kind of understanding some of the recommendations that we have. But I want to get your names also. So we go around.
And Emily just successfully defended her dissertation last week.
I did. Amen. I'll kind of have my life back. Be a mom again. Okay.
I'm Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Right.
And you teach?
8th grade.
8th grade.
World history mostly.
Okay.
Regular ed.
Okay.
Linda, 7th grade resource room.
Rory, I work with 5th and 6th grade Title I kids.
All right.
And regular reading kids.
Are you building line targeted?
Middle school.
So
Middle school, 5th,
Okay.
6th. I actually with some 7th graders too. So.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. The big woman.
Laura, 5th grade reading and math.
Mike,
Mike.
6th grade social work.
And Sam, I do transition training and mentoring coordinator.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, you don't know yet?
Good Martinez.
I think I'm going to know what 7 or 8 now. I do reading classes for undergrad students, so REC majors, education majors, and then reading in the content area for all of our other majors, secondary majors. I taught Fort Benning, Georgia, for 13 years, elementary, and then I did English for about 2.5 years. I was assistant principal in middle school. First year in
Middle school principal. Ooh.
Started out great. Had a little bit of a problem with teachers wanting to see how long the line could get outside of my door. So we had to kind of try to turn some thoughts around there. But it was a great experience. Made me know that I really didn't want to be in education. I want to run my own show. So got into higher ed, Troy University down south. And I was down there like 17 years. And then moved back up to Wisconsin, from Wisconsin. So not so glad to be back sometimes during the winter, but I'm glad to be back in the summer.
All right. Well, we just wanted to first overview your RTI goals. You got this from your website. Looking at how RTI is looking in your building, you implemented this year, is that correct?
No. That was a couple of years at least, for sure. But I'm finding very
Third year.
Third year? Okay.
Third year, now at one level or another, yeah, we started so.
Okay. So I think I misinterpreted that in the website then. Okay. And then looking at increasing student achievement through looking at your reading curriculum development. Excuse me, it's on my throat. Consistency of instruction and looking at instructional strategies for that. Excuse me. And your PLCs are part of the RTA process that you have been implementing them?
Well, it kind of piggybacks because what we're doing is tied directly to what we had been doing at RTI, so it kind of gave us a head start. Because we had the RTI in place prior to the PLC, but it fits together.
Special ed.
It was a grant that was written, yeah.
again with that collaboration piece in Ed-TPA.
Awesome, okay.
Well, then I probably don't have to review this very much since you've been doing this for a couple of years now. You're gonna skip over it. Okay, there we go. Moving on. Okay, this is what we brought today. Is anybody familiar with Doug Buell? Okay, everybody took one of those. Doug Buell has been an educator in Wisconsin for 30 years. He's out of the Madison area. If you're involved in WSRA, the Wisconsin State Reading Association, he is one of our gods that we bow down to in the reading world. He does a lot of strategies that are evidence-based and things that can be implemented across the content areas. Things can also be differentiated. Strategies he recommends to be differentiated for a variety of students. I actually used Doug Buell when I was in third grade, teaching third grade. Again, so if you have students in special ed, lower or regular ed, higher, it doesn't matter. You can definitely make the strategies fit. I'm a sticky note person. I don't know if you want to kind of go over some 2 pages. That helps.
Do you have any extra books?
Yeah.
I'll use Elizabeth. I'll look on for her, and then Nicole will use her. Great, thank you.
I'll take you double.
Oh, sure. Please, yes. So you got that?
Oh, I guess I could do
Yeah, see what you need. Just going to point out a couple of important parts of the book as you're kind of navigating this. You got a table of contents, first and foremost. Under section 2 lists all of the strategies that Doug Buell recommends that you can use for your reading classes. If you want to mark the table of contents. You want to turn to page 5. I'm in a big table person too. Just summarize it for me. Tell me what I need to read. Talking about the comprehension processes that he again addresses within the strategies. Page 5. Page 9 is another table. Never answered that. Page 9 looks at the comprehension strategies and the correlations of Common Core. Yeah. Yeah, but this is his, what, 5th edition? 4th edition? Yeah, but he's updated it to reflect the Common Core. Page 35. Looking at comprehension, at self-questioning, and these are content area related. So there's history, there's art, there's music, there's VID. Different questions that you as a content area teacher could use to address, to promote self-questioning. So there's several pages after that.
And just, when Renee was talking, she talked about using that strategy to have students generate their own questions. So here's, kind of some ideas if you were working with students in history text, or here's your literary fiction. So if you're doing your own reading program, possibly with fiction text, some good ideas for self-questioning around in science texts. And so it goes through the different texts depending on what she may be working with your students, and then helping them to self-question.
Yeah. Page 51. This will make sense when I actually show you an example. Doug Buell lays out the strategies by instructional focus, a text feature, or comprehension process. And that'll make sense once I actually show that to you. So this page shows us the instructional focus. So you can decide, okay, what is it I'm going to work on today with my students? These are the strategies that will complement that specific instructional focus. The following is the text frame. Again, you're deciding, okay, I'm going to work on cause and effect, I'm going to work on comparison contrast, then the list of the strategies that will complement that. And then the last one is the comprehension process. Again, that's the very first table that we talked about, inferencing, synthesizing, generating questions, and then those are the strategies that will complement that. And behind there, again, here's your Common Core anchor standard. If you need a specific standard you're trying to reach, or see a standards-based report card, need a strategy, look at it here.
Do you have standard-based report cards to
Elementary.
Research process, that's what it's for. Yeah. I left the apprenticeship when that was started coming. I was like, yeah, right. strategy index, we look on page 56, in the corner you see these boxes. And so depending on, again, what you want to focus on, so if it's an instructional focus, a text frame, or a comprehension process, if it's gray, that means it would satisfy those specific skills and strategies that you would want to work on. And each of the strategies that is overviewed is at the top. So this one's analogy charting. These are the different strategies, areas that it would satisfy. And then he gives you an example, step by step, how to do it. And if it's a graphic organizer, those are in the back for you to copy. So it'll tell you if there's an organizer in the back or not. Those are the main pages that I wanted you to make sure that you highlight, go back to revisit. And again, if you just wanted to use the actual charts to look for specific skill strategy, focus on, take a look at the strategies they recommend, read about it, and then if it looks like it's going to complement what you're trying to achieve with your students, you could apply that to classes. And again, these can be differentiated for kids that, depending on their needs. Is there anything you wanted to add with that? Any questions initially we can help with, or thoughts, anything that's coming to mind? I love that.
So we have a quiz coming up in a week, I think, sometime these.
We're on spring break.
Yeah.
They'll take it.
The nice thing about this is there's very few pages in the front for your reading pleasure, and the rest is all strategy.
Yeah.
My students really like this book when they realize it's not full of chapters for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reproducibles are in the back.
Yeah, lots of graphic organizers.
229 they started. And within the text too here, he also tells you how they meet the standards, but he also gives you advantages and disadvantages of the strategy. So if you're not really sure, you could read those and figure if that's going to be something that would impact your teaching or not. So I was just curious, as a former third grade teacher, when we first started implementing RTI, our core instruction, when we started looking with our collaboration, was separate. At our universal curriculum, because everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's piecemealing everything together. We finally said, okay, we have to look at our universal curriculum to strengthen that. I mean, we could do all these awesome reading strategies, but everybody needs the same universal curriculum. And ours was Fulton Mifflin at the time. That was our base one. We switched to Good Habits, Great Readers, so every student got that, in addition to guided reading. But I was just curious, how does your reading program look?
First grade through
sixth grade uses Journey.
Oh,
Sixth grade through sixth
Through
grade.
sixth grade, sorry.
K6 is Journey? Okay. So that's Fulton Mifflin, isn't it?
7, 8 is up to 21.
Which one is it?
That's the 21. Scholastic.
And then in high school, how do they do?
Really do some of these 180.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is that for intervention then?
That's
Yeah,
intervention.
right. I think 20, 25 late, 20 or 25 late.
Does middle school use it? Do they have a specific intervention program for all for teachers, students? Do you use, what will you cover? And you use direct instruction, which one is that one covered? Research. You cut, do you like those programs, or which one do you beneficial? I think it was showing progress.
Mike would be a stretch.
Reading that.
Oh, reading master.
Reading that, yeah.
And you're having results with that.
Corrected reading.
Correct.
Graders have to
Correct
LMI.
reading, yeah, reading mastery for fifth and sixth. Special ed. Corrected reading, so. Right? Reading mastery for seventh grade. George.
Do all students get exposure then to the Expert 21?
Just 7 minutes, right?
The seventh grade, and so all seventh grade students get that? Okay.
Special ed.
Oh, I know, but that's why.
That's right. Just
Is
regular.
regular?
Yeah, it's more regular. We do pull some in, but they're interested. Like, always bring them in as much as we can, and we see real success with that.
if our, universal our core is suffering right now, we gotta look at how we're gonna have all students go to the same curriculum. And then the tier 2 and 3 interventions, which we said, or maybe the title teacher, would receive the more indifferent then. And so, we just, and it took years to do this. We used our collaboration time for the RTI model to work with special ed and asking, okay, what are you doing? This is what we're doing. And then we actually started doing some team teaching, and I would have special students stay in my room. And from 12:30 to 2, it was our literacy block. First 15 minutes was read aloud, and then from 12:45 to 2 was a shared reading, which everybody had the same basal, which was shared reading, shared stories. And then we do writing, and then so the special ed teacher was there, and we put Block who was teaching, who was the lead teacher. And so she would either have a group of her students that she needed to differentiate for there, or vice versa. And we would just take turns doing that. And then we'd have recess, and we'd come back in the last 45 minutes of the day with guided reading. And every student was in 3rd grade, and it was all hands on deck. So we had 3 3rd grade teachers, we had the reading, we had special ed, we had a couple school assistants. So we had probably 8 groups going, and every kid, special ed, regular ed, were all mixed and received their guided reading based on their level. Because I even had some, ED students who were reading above grade level. And so it didn't make sense, in my opinion, to why go to special ed room for reading when you're already above some of these other regular ed students. So that took years to do, but that was something that helped our school develop and kind of bridge that universal, that tier 1, and then there were less referrals.
Where'd you find all those hours?
Where'd we find? Well, our district said.
Because we have.
You didn't have social studies, science, or music, or art, or ed, or band?
We would do.
Well, that you have to remember that's elementary.
Elementary, yep,
You
and we
guys
would
had
do.
periods or blocks?
Period.
Yeah, and we would do 3 days a week would be our specials, and then we actually only did like 2 days a week of science social studies. So we cut, just because our scores for reading, we needed to be so high, so that's why we, as a focus and with our principal support, he's like, we need our kids reading, we need practice reading. So our entire afternoon was all literacy. And again, it was easier with an elementary, but
In elementary, tier 2, they went to assign, I don't think they still do it, but they, where they did pretty much just all the design work, so wherever they could sneak it in.
What do you bring in
When
for
it was,
reading?
you
I
know,
mean,
if
now a
you
lot
have to
of
read
guided
it aside.
reading, guided reading is learn about nonfiction and things like that.
yeah, right.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about background knowledge. W is huge on front loading. He's huge on really building background knowledge. I don't know if you guys have looked into this area much or talked much about this research, but background knowledge, one of the things that, one of the books that I quoted from said teenager areas or instruction can break down the diversity of background knowledge represented in the classroom of students. So thinking about what Renee was talking about in poverty, you have all kinds of students coming into your classroom, and sometimes your perception is, again, I'm sitting with this group of students, sure, we're in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, we know about fishing and hunting, and, we know all of these things that we think culturally or environmentally are right here in this area, but perceptions can really deceive us. And so when we're looking at nonfiction or fiction text, and we're going to read something that has to do, like Hatchet is one that I always kind of use. I taught that down in 6th grade, and it's kind of funny because, of course, we needed to spend time building the background knowledge for that because these kids from, military families, a lot of them had no experience whatsoever with the outdoors and hunting and things like that. So one of the things, we've got this diversity, and then the effective background knowledge and sense of talent comprehension. So I'm going to show you a little activity and some things from research here that has to do with this focus on building background. The Common Core and complex text is trying to get away from this, and I really have a hard time with that. They really want the students to address complex text and reread and post-reading and try to figure things out on their own, but without that background knowledge, it's extremely difficult to build your schema, to apply the information that you have if you have no information, and then to try to comprehend and understand. And so you'll see a lot of the activities in here do include some front-loading, what you call it, but I do so much in my own classes with this idea of building background knowledge, and it's so funny, I was sharing with Emily and Lem on the way up, one of the activities I do has to do with making less family consumer science students that are in my class. I talk about, okay, let's say you're doing ethnic foods, and, you're sitting next to a teacher going to make lefse. Well, I thought in Norwegian that everybody knows what lefse is, and everybody makes lefse, and you student had never heard of Webster. And so that was a shocker to me, just, this is part of my growing up, this is part of my family. And to think that there are people in Wisconsin that don't like Webster. So this perception that you bring, I think you really have to get over understanding, or get over the fact that because you understand something and it's part of the Wisconsin culture, not everyone partakes in that in your classroom. And so, Doug Buell talks a lot about how we really need to bring that background knowledge to the table and to the situation to understand things. So I want you to go ahead and read this procedure to yourself and see if you can apply some background knowledge and understand what you think is happening. Who wants to share what they think this is to explain what they think this procedure is to explain more about it? Not sure. Any guesses? Finding your own background knowledge of how it might fit with something that you know?
Grocery shopping.
So I'm going to tell you the title, and I want you to just realize in just telling you the title and having you read the title first, and then by reading the title you are actually assessing your background knowledge, how you're going to read it again, knowing the title, and then be able to put things in place. This is about washing clothes at a laundromat. So once you read the title or the heading or the subheading of an area in a textbook or of a chapter in a textbook, right away your mind reaches into those cognitive processes of schema theory, addressing the information that you know and you bring it to the table, and things start to make sense. And maybe not all of it does, but at least you can kind of now put it into perspective of, okay, washing clothes, okay? So if you can imagine what we do in college classrooms a lot of times, and maybe even in your classrooms, we say, all right, why don't you read this next chapter, chapter 8, and that's all you say. And students don't always know to read the title, because what is the first thing they do? So I have found with college students, with middle school students, with third grade students, just preparing them with a little background knowledge is amazing as to how far that can take them in comprehension. And there are a number of ways that you can do this. But another thing I want to show you, so that first sentence up there, the procedure is actually quite simple. First, you arrange things, do it in groups, so we have kind of some procedural steps. I want to show you these questions, literal versus inferential questions. And so this is another kind of activity. When you think about students and comprehension, you have to think about, can they answer some very simple questions without really even knowing what it's about? So is this procedure simple or complex? What's that answer? Simple. Because it's stated right there in the passage. Literal level question, a right there question. They can answer that without any problem and not even know what this was about. Is it better to do few things or too many? Stated again right there, a literal level question. So I think it's always interesting where students learn, and students who are poor readers or struggling readers, they learn how to go back in the text and look for the answers, even though they have no idea what that might be about. The problem is when they get to inferential questions. Why is it difficult for me to end to this task? Why is that? If you now know what it's about, if you know it's about washing clothes, why is there never an end to this task? Because always eternity, unless you just throw them away and buy new ones every time, you're going to have to go through this. Why is a mistake expensive? So now again, applying prior knowledge. Okay, so how many of you have washed something and it bled into something else? Or how many of you have washed something with the stain, put it in the dryer, be expensive because now you might have to replace that piece of clothing, or you might have to take it somewhere and have it professionally cleaned or something. So applying that background knowledge helps you with these inferential questions, and then it also helps students to not just be able to answer literal, but actually also go into inferential. Right? So background knowledge, you can see here, the title helps you to facilitate higher order application, answer inferential questions. If students do not have the appropriate background knowledge, as you would not when you first went into reading it, it really is hard for you to make sense out of it. So that's just one little example of really and truly how it is so important to take a little bit of time to not just jump into a story or a nonfiction passage or article or something that you might be reading, but really take a little time to build that background knowledge. And cognitive psychology, I had actually our educational psychologist come into my classroom and present the other day. They do a lot of research, of course, with this, about the importance of background knowledge and cognition. And so one of the things, or some of the things that they say, you know, background knowledge is important for comprehension when it provides vocabulary. So if you were talking about washing clothes at a laundromat, you know, how many kids wash clothes at home, how many kids wash the laundromat? If you could just imagine the different vocabulary you're going to. Laundry, laundromat, laundry, detergent, different kinds of settings, so you have settings on a washer and dryer, things like that. All that vocabulary, if you just even discuss it for 1 minute before you actually read it, the vocabulary comes to the surface right away. And then if you have some nice discussion opportunities, kids who have never washed clothes, or kids who don't realize there are settings might say, well, what are settings? What do you mean settings? And right then and there, you can have a little discussion about those vocabulary words. Bridge logical gaps or rather glean, chunking, which increases room and working memory. So what they mean by chunking is that you can kind of put the information together in chunks, and you're not having to make those connections as you read, but because you have the background knowledge, we know that, you know, as you're taking that information from short-term to long-term, chunking helps that and guides the interpretation of ambiguous sentences. So those are some of the reasons we want to build background. The ways that we can build background, again, just bringing vocabulary. And this doesn't have to be a vocabulary lesson, but just discussing, using the words in conversation while you're discussing. So if you're, again, you guys read the book Hatchet, is that in your reading anymore? So Hatchet was huge in our reading. We actually did Hatchet and some of the other stories by that same author. But if you can imagine never having gone out in the wilderness, never having used some of the tools. So if you even discuss and bring in your own things that you use when you go camping, let's say, that would be props. So we even talk about, there's a Henry and Mudge story that we talk about where it's Henry and Mudge go camping. And so we talk about some of our ESL students who may not have any idea what camping is, bringing in a little putt into your classroom, the lantern, some things that you use. It's going to help them build background, help them comprehend, and help their retention. Because now when they have something to connect it to, they actually retain it better. So vocabulary, just using that discussion, a little bit of discussion or a lot of discussion, as much as you see necessary or have time for. Pictures, you know, with the internet now, oh my gosh. I mean, you can type in anything, go to Google Images, pictures, all over the place. And you can show them, it's easily accessible. Show them pictures of whatever it is you're talking about, as well as the videos. Oh my gosh, YouTube. I mean, what can't you find on YouTube now? Really? I go there, and Teaching Channel 2 has some really good teaching videos, but to actually show processes, everything, I can't even, there are so many things. My husband is like the YouTube guru now, you know, insulating the new pipes that we had put downstairs you know, he's like, oh, I'll look it up on YouTube. Everything is there, step-by-step processes, it's amazing. So, and then even act it out, if you're thinking about a word like he was shunned, you know, you can even act it out as students in the classroom and have one student there and the students walking by and showing how they're shunning, or something like that. So there are all different ways to really build this background and make it realistic and make it visual so that the students have something to build off of as they're reading these stories or the nonfiction text.
This is what relates to poverty and ELL and diverse backgrounds.
I don't know if you guys smelled it last week, but Missy Sovey was teaching Bird House out of the Journey's book, and she brought in sap to boil down
Oh, yes.
during each of those sections or whatever, so they were smelling it, they, you know, it boiling down, and then they got to taste it, and so they knew what, Almacius was, you know, tasting when she had little piece of candy from her grandma or whatever going through the woods. It was just, I thought it was so cool to bring in that sense, that actual sense of smell and taste to her, to that lesson. It was kind of cool.
It is, and you know, it's back to that depth, not distance kind of thing. I mean, you might be saying, yeah, right, where do I have time to do this? But we all know that if you don't take the time to do these kinds of things, kids really don't retain this information, they don't really learn. And so, I don't know, I always even think of my own courses, okay, I do this, and then I always step back, and it's kind of like packing for a trip, you know, they say pack your suitcase and then take half of it out. Well, I always plan for these big, huge units on everything, and then I take half of it out and I say, what can I do in depth to really help them to understand this, rather than trying to hit every little thing under the